Peace, peace, peace. How we doing out there? Everyone, this is Naeem Shabazz, aka Get It Done. Um, I'm coming to y'all with a testament actually. I've been blessed and I tried to get y'all to that actual live recording. It didn't go well. I was playing trombone, my baby. This is my oldie but goodie. She's a 43B. Love this instrument. Um, Where do I start? Number one, I recorded with Rashawn Odell that night. I broadcasted it that I would be. We couldn't release the actual footage because we haven't released the song yet. So when the song does release, I will release the footage to follow it. And you guys are gonna love it. I mean, it's a great tune, great parts. Odell is a monster on bass, so that's dope. Second, I was playing with obviously the saxophone player for Stevie Wonder, and he's a beast, absolutely. His name is Kyle. If you get a chance, get at him, go check him out. If you look at anything that you see Stevie's done in the last year or so, he's on it. That's him. Good-looking young man too. Matter of fact, he dresses really well too. But why am I doing this? Okay, so check it out. This is really about patience and focus and knowing what you want, and then going after your goal and being steadfast in that goal regardless of what the circumstances are around it, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's a significant other, whether it's love life, whether it's school, whatever. This is just a testament to how the universe operates on a frequency that we very rarely can understand, and more importantly, very rarely pay attention to. After the recording that went completely amazing, we decided we were going to hook up again, do some music together, etc. I'll probably be going out to Atlanta to record with them sometime this summer. And I'm doing this, I'm just taking a break right now from playing. I just finished another tune that needs to get done, which is another thing that I got to talk to y'all guys about. I go to the concert to see Stevie Wonder, Mr. Wonderful, the man who I look at as a father, to be honest, because without him, I would never have picked up any instrument or any music or period. It was just, he was that muse for me. When I heard him, I was about probably 6 months in my mother's belly. And I was already like, that's the voice. You know, from my childhood years all the way up until now, I've always been on top of what he's doing, his music, etc. I've always dreamed of meeting him and hopefully one day get to a point where I could actually be in his presence just to say thank you. And I didn't know if I was ever get that close, but when the opportunity arose that I can actually see him in Buffalo, I was like, I gotta go to this show. And one of my very, 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 very close peoples bought me a ticket, and a pretty decent ticket at that. You know, I was right there, was able to see him, his movements, his hands. It was just ridiculous just watching him operate surgically as a musician, which is hopefully the precision that I'll get to one day with this horn. But after the show, after the amazement and after the ooh and ah, I was standing out in front, ready to walk to the vehicles so I can take myself home and just bask in the glory that I sing Stevie Wonder live playing music. And a very good friend of mine happens to see me standing in the front, and as they run out, just they're like, "Yo, nah, come here," and I'm like, "What's up?" They're like, "I got you a VIP pass." What does that mean? That means I'm going to meet and greet with the man whom for 35 years I've idolized from music standpoint, and who has got me through some of the roughest and toughest times of my life. I can go through this whole discography and just one song after the other, after the other, after the other, and just boom. So as I sit there, I start to become flustered. And I'm not easily moved left or right from an emotional standpoint. I try to stay even as possible. But I knew I was going to meet Stevie Wonder. And as I finished the second glass of water to not pass out, he walks in. I completely freeze. I'm just in like awe of this is really Stevie Wonder in front of me. The man that I've looked at as a father for the majority of my life. The man that is responsible for me touching an instrument. The man responsible for me finding my way through my darkest moments. And then he grabbed my hand. And like a child, I'll put my head on his shoulder. And he just said to me, "Are you okay?" And I responded to, "No." He said, "Well, you're going to be okay." And it was just that exchange. And I just felt that energy coursing through his veins, transmitted itself from his hands to my hands. And I felt I was musically, at that moment, I was musically blessed. And I made a choice to be responsible for becoming a better musician, which comes back to the focus. Whatever your endeavor is or your determined ideal is, focus on that determined ideal. It's common that we have an idea and we defocus quickly because of circumstances, life, etc. You have to be steadfast and you have to focus on that goal, regardless if it's marriage, parenthood, musician, vocational, whatever it is. You have to zone in, focus on that goal, and stay course. Regardless of what obstacles come, because they're supposed to come, those variables are what makes the end goal, the end game of that goal, or reaching that goal, or reaching that zenith, that apex, makes it all worth it. Because if it was easy, everybody would do it. So don't be discouraged. Focus on the goal. And that pulls back into patience. Be patient with not just yourself, but with circumstances, and be patient with your life circumstances. You're going to get there. If you'd asked me 10 years ago would I ever meet Stevie Wonder, my answer would have been absolutely not. If you asked me 10 years ago would I get to a concert, hopefully so, but probably not. And within a matter of 2 days, not only did I record a song with the saxophone player, not only am I going to go down to Atlanta to record, I actually met him, which just shows that patience and focus, collaborative, goes a pretty long damn way. And I'm divinely blessed, and I'm so thankful that my mother, my old earth, was steadfast in teaching me how to learn, how to become patient, and how to focus. Because without that, all these blessings that I'm receiving within the last couple of days wouldn't have been possible. And my spirit is attaching itself to positive energy. And because of it, and I've left me leaving behind all that was negative, I'm now reaping the fruits of that labor. And it was a labor because it was difficult, because you don't see where it's going. You don't know what's going to happen. But if you stay the course and focus and remain patient with yourself, there is nothing that can stop you from achieving it. Quite honestly, nothing. And that's my testament for the day. I hope you guys enjoy. You can reach me at Facebook, Naeem Shabazz, or actually meet me at Born Master. That's capital BORN, capital MASTER. All my updates will be there. I am doing a concert tomorrow in Buffalo, New York at Nishi's. It'll be an Afrobeat, a tribute to Fela Kuti. If you don't know who that is, go look him up. Very beautiful brother, very honest brother. And he spoke the truth to masses, even when it was not relatively popular. Specifically, when you hear the material, you'll understand how he speaks against religious views in more of a spiritual sense. So get at me. Thank you so much for your time and your patience. I hope this is informative, and I do hope that this makes you look at yourself and what you want and go after it. Because if you're not going to go after it, what's the purpose of you being here? It's really that simple. Why be here? Why take the space up? So until we meet on Saturday, which is tomorrow, wait for the show. Peace.